Hey guys, welcome back to the channel for another card review. Jared here, joined with Brad and Brandon as always, taking a look at the new Shadowland Daredevil that will be coming out in March. He is a new leader for the Criminal Syndicate affiliation, so let's just get right into it. As always, I'm using Cerebro MCP when looking at these cards. If you need a list builder app, or anything that you want to use to just browse essentially everything that's in the game, Cerebro is a great way to do that. So just cerebromcp.com. Without further ado, let's look at Shadowland Daredevil, aka Matt Murdock. He is 6 stamina on his healthy side, a medium mover, size 2, threat 4. He has 4 physical, 3 energy, 3 mystic defense. His attacks are Coordinated Strike, range 2, strength 5, 0 cost. After this attack is resolved, he gains power equal to damage dealt. After this attack is resolved, if there is not an allied hand ninjas character in play, place it in play within one of this character with an activated token. It is part of your squad. So we'll get into the hand ninjas and the grunts in general here momentarily, but going down the rest of his attacks, he has Baton Snare. Range 4, 4 dice physical. This attack ignores line of sight, and the defending character does not benefit cover. Pursuit. Before damage is dealt, this character may advance short toward the target character. This is a better version of Pursuit where it does not require any triggers for him to get it. So as long as you're making the attack, you're able to get it. Demon's Devastation. Range 2, 7 dice physical, 3 power cost. If an allied hand ninja's character is within 2 of the target character, add 2 dice to the attack roll with a Wild Vanish trigger. After this attack is resolved, place this character within range 2. He has the Shadow War Criminal Syndicate affiliation leadership. When an allied character attacks an enemy character holding or contesting an objective, it may reroll one of its attack dice. This leadership ability can reroll skull results. So, just like Miles Morales' leadership, except for offense. He has 3 passive abilities. He has Radar Sense. When defending against physical or energy attacks, he adds blanks in his defense roll to successes. And he has Stealth along with Wall Crawler. So, taking a look at the injured side of Shadowland Daredevil, you see that he goes up 1 stamina. He trades 1 point of physical defense for 1 point of mystic defense. He gains his Demon's Devastation ability, which was physical on his healthy side, is now mystic. And he gains the There Is Only the Beast active superpower. 3 cost. The next time the Demon's Devastation attack is used this activation, its range becomes A2. So quite a bit to digest between his healthy and his injured side. Before we get into we'll go ahead and do the hand ninjas now, I guess. So looking at them, hand ninjas, grunts similar to the shield agent grunts that we kind of reviewed earlier. 2 stam, medium move, height 2, 1/1/2 defense. They have ninja weapons, range 2, 4 dice physical, with a double wild bleed. So after it's resolved, they gain the bleed special condition. They have the active superpower Ninja Vanish, 0 cost. It is an action and move 1 asset or civilian token being held by this character to another allied character within 3. They are now holding that token, and you cannot hold more than the crisis allows. Then this character is KO'd. They have 3 passives. Ninja Ambush, when this character is placed onto the battlefield as a result of Coordinated Strike or Ancient Throwing Blade special rules, it may immediately make an attack. And then they have the Hand. This character cannot contest secure objectives. This character does not have to pay power when interacting with civilian or asset tokens. And finally, they have the passive ability of just being grunts. An interesting difference here between Shadowland Daredevil and Nick Fury for the grunts that we're seeing is that Elektra can also be a parent for these grunts. So you'll be able to bring them on either by Daredevil or Elektra. So going back to Daredevil, what are you guys' thoughts? What do you think of just, I know that we don't have any of the tactics cards, but we have the affiliation, we have his just core stats. So what do you guys think? We'll start with you, Brandon.
I don't need his tactics cards to know that I'm absolutely in love with this character. I like everything about him. He's doing a whole lot on his healthy side, and being able to make his spender Mystic on the backside and being able to make it area 2 is pretty strong. Especially if you already have hand ninjas. So at that point, like on your second attack, you can hit them with a coordinated strike first, bring in the hand ninjas. Now you're rolling 9 dice, area 2. Um,
Seems good.
which is, yeah, I mean, for 6 power, that seems. I don't know if anyone else has an attack that's even like, the only one I can think of is like a Scotty Strike on Cable. That's close, and I think it's just 6 power, 7 dice, area 2. Um, the leadership, it's going to be tough on the leadership part, just because Kingpin's leadership is so good, but there's definitely going to be a place for it, I think. Being able to reroll skull results is strong. The fact that he has stealth and radar sense is just pretty. I mean, he's gonna tank, like he's gonna be around. It just feels like he's just gonna be there all the time.
Yeah, he is very sturdy. He has, kind of your more
Third,
baseline defense, but 13 health with counting blanks and stealth is very good.
yeah, and I mean, like I know Mystics had a big push lately with like the convocation and everything, but I still don't. I don't know. I guess like after seeing a lot, it doesn't seem like there's still not a ton of Mystic out there. Most, you're still looking at a lot of physical and a lot of energy. Um, so getting blanks on that and having to be within 3 and having a range 4 attack, um, that is that definitely helps as well. So if you don't want to get him right in the fight, and then you can always range 4, and then you get a small move in. Um, have we found, is he's gonna be on small base? Is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah. So being able to move in from, if he's right at the edge of range 3, just right out of 3, and he can attack at range 4, move in small. I mean, he's going to be in a really good spot to then coordinated strike, I believe. I think the movement math works out there.
I believe
Uh,
you're right.
yeah. So I just he just seems like he's going to be real strong. He's definitely going to. Criminal Syndicate has a lot of 4s in affiliation, and outside of Kingpin, it feels like they're all missing something. I don't think Shadowland Daredevil is missing a whole lot of anything. I'm pretty excited about this character uh, on both sides, but I'm ready to hear Brad tell me I'm wrong. So
Well, let's hear it, Brad. What do you think?
Well, I first want to talk about something that Brandon did not touch on, and that is that the models in this box look awesome. I'm
they do.
buying this box just for the models. Like, even if I never play them, they look really cool. Uh, I think he's good. He probably makes your squad even when Kingpin's the leader a lot of the time. Um, and when the opponent picks secures and picks a flip secure, and you don't get research station, he's probably your leader at that point. But I Criminal Syndicate's not a faction I play um, for real. If I'm gonna play it, I'm gonna play the characters in that faction that I just happen to like. So I don't think too deeply about their models. But I think he's good. I don't think Brandon's wrong.
Yeah, I'm
Take the
I'm a
win.
pretty big fan of him. I think that this is for the route that they've gone with in how they're doing a second part to the Criminal Syndicate. I think that this is just a very good pair. You don't always see leaders if you have two separate ones in an affiliation that always kind of want to mesh well together or be in the same list. Um, you kind of see that a little bit in Avengers sometimes, like you're taking Sam but you're not always taking Cap, or you're taking Cap, but you're not always taking Sam or Hulkbuster for that matter. So I think that Shadowland Daredevil, he's healthy. 6 stam on his healthy side is good. 7 on his injured side is even better. But if you want to bring him in Kingpin, I think that's perfectly fine. He's got a good stamina pool. He's got good defenses. He has very good defensive tech. So I think, to Brandon's point, he will be sticking around for a while. And then also, you essentially get a free Kingpin leadership off of the Ninja Vanish. So even when you
Mhm.
bring Daredevil, you have lots of ways to move extracts around all over your team. So I just think that both the grunts and what Daredevil does by himself can play into Kingpin very well. And then I also think that, to Brad's point, the pay to flips and stuff that Criminal Syndicate don't particularly like to see, I think the Shadowland Daredevil gives them a great option to just go full CS without any kind of other splash affiliation or any other characters in there. So I think he's just got really strong attacks, really strong defenses. I think just all around, he's just a really, really strong four threat character. And I think that he brings a lot and does a lot for the Criminal Syndicate. So I'll be very interested to see where that brings him. I'm just seeing it right now. Paying a bunch of power. If you're getting ready to go to Murder Town, let's say he's flipped, have a bunch of power across your whole team. Play all according to plan, steal it, and just start your turn off with a coordinated strike into a Demon's Devastation for 9 dice, or maybe 6 power for a 9 dice A2 just at the top of the round. So it should be pretty good.
Yeah, it seems pretty disgusting to think about. Also, I love the idea of just being able to vanish with the ninjas and just dropping off a civilian token to Black Cat on the back line and just like living the life of no one ever catching her from that point on.
Oh yeah, super annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think that's because that's the weird thing about Kingpin's leadership is it's you have to be the active character, right? If I
Yes.
remember correctly.
Yeah.
So yeah, so like that, just being able to like take the ninjas because you're activating them when they come in, right? Like you have to immediately activate them.
Well, they come in with an
No.
activated token,
Yeah.
So
but
then you'd have to wait till the next
So
turn.
the next time, yeah, but you can kind of even plan it to where you can drop it off. If you can steal it, drop it off. Because that's the big thing with Syndicate is they love to play that game of controlling just priority and stuff. So that at that point you can kind of, if you can set it up to where you can have the ninjas kind of go last, pick up that, drop it off, and then now you're in a situation where now Black Cat or even like Hood or someone, or even Shadowland Daredevil with stealth, you can give them to someone just on that back line, and then you can bring the ninjas right back right afterwards, and you don't have to
absolutely,
necessarily worry about it.
absolutely. I know Criminal Syndicate. They like to play. I think Legacy Virus is pretty popular among Criminal Syndicate, right? To hand off and try to
Yeah.
get the trigger to score. So, I mean, even if you get a flip secure, if you still have like Legacy Virus or something like that, I mean, you can go straight to Murder Town. If you've got, let's say, 2 Legacy Viruses on somebody, you can open up the top of the round, like I said. Coordinated strike, 5 dice physical into 4 dice physical because they can immediately attack, followed up into a Demon's Devastation.
Yeah, it's a good situation where you're gonna a lot of stuff's gonna be dead.
Yep.
Like
Pick
a
it
lot
up
of
and then
stuff's gonna
hand
be
it
dead,
off. Yeah.
which is not something that Syndicate really does
Well,
a
the
lot of.
ninjas can't pick it up and hand it off.
No, not immediately. No, but you
Yeah, but
No.
if you just
get it.
kill everything, you don't have to worry
Yep.
about
I
it.
think it. I think you're also in a situation with new Daredevil where CS might consider doing one of those F extracts so
Oh,
that
okay, yeah.
there's
Yep.
plenty of chances to get their extra reroll.
Yep. Yeah, that was one of the first things I thought about. Now it's
Yeah.
not like you're not in a bad situation where you want to play. Like, I mean, Cubes was already all right, but like it's like even like Spider Infected and stuff. You're not in a situation where you're like dreading that. Um,
You might even consider taking it yourself.
that's what I'm saying. Now you have that
Yeah.
option of because like right now the main fours you have a lot of times are like Omega Red, um, Killmonger. Um, those are probably your better options at 4. Out in affiliation, and now you can just like I think Shadowland Daredevil's like as close to an automatic 4 that you take with Kingpin. Um, I'm not sure if just thinking about it off the top of my head, I can't think of a list where I would not want both of them kind of on the same team, at least to test out. I know that puts a lot of physical out there, so there are some matchups where you're just going to be rolling into some high defense, but I think it's just with everything else they bring. Again, without the tactics cards, and without Electra. Electra is probably gonna, hopefully, she's not gonna be as expensive, I wouldn't think, and
I bet
she
she's
might
a
be able to.
3.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was aiming as a 3, and there might be a lot of stuff that she can do to kind of complement with these hand ninjas, where
Yeah.
they're always gonna be there. If you can have both of them out, and they can both bring them in at different times. Um, so it's definitely exciting.
Talking about
If
those
you're
hand ninjas, I agree with Brad when earlier when you mentioned the models, how good they looked in the box. They do look very good, but I'm getting kind of some weary Storm vibes when I look at those hand ninjas.
I play Storm all the time,
I
and
know,
I've
but
never had a problem with her.
I know neither have I. Like I have her, she's still fine, but I got to tell you, I was kind of worried whenever I was putting her together and just painting her and stuff, just how flimsy she kind of feels. So
And yet she's never broken.
I'm sure in the comment section there's somebody
she's never
here
broken me.
Yeah,
that
who
has a
broke
broken
theirs?
storm. Yeah. So all right, well, that wraps up. Just kind of looking at and glossing over Daredevil. He should be out in March, I believe. We do currently have a contest going for reaching 100 subscribers, where you can pick between Shadowland Daredevil or Nick Fury as a prize. So if you guys haven't checked that video out and subscribed and stuff, make sure you do that. So overall, on an A to D, what would you rate this guy? Overall, just kind of like looking at him. We'll start with you, Brandon.
Oh man, you're gonna put me out there. I'm gonna go with a solid A. I think it's phenomenal.
All right.
I think what he brings to Criminal Syndicate is everything you could have ever asked for out of a second leader. So
What about you, Brad?
I was gonna go B plus, so not that far off of what Brandon had.
Oh, I think I'm gonna kind of mimic Brandon. I think I'm gonna go A minus. The only reason why I'm giving him an A minus is that I don't know how often this active superpower comes into play, and I also am a little miffed that his movement went down to medium instead of long like the original Daredevil.
oh
I
god, can you imagine this
I
was a long movement?
yeah, I think if he had long, he would immediately be like A plus for me, but
Oh man.
I think he complements Criminal Syndicate very well, so we'll kind of wait and
I
see
think
what
the
some of the tactics cards are, but I think I'm going to go A minus for now.
I think the ninjas kind of. I think I have a feeling with the long movement on this, the hand ninjas would have been probably too good.
You're probably
That's
right.
that's kind of what I'm thinking. But if Electra comes in and Electra's a long mover at 3 with the hand ninjas, that might be. They probably didn't want both of them to have long if Electra comes in with a long movement, so that could be. We should get Electra hopefully soon, right?
You would think.
By the time this comes out, we might have Electra. We might have another video cup coming, so
Well,
that would be. That'd be exciting. Yeah, I think he's really good. I'm really excited over Mr. Murdoch. Also the Shadowland Daredevil costume is just awesome.
talking
It's
about Shadowland Daredevil, I guess we get into a little bit of fluff before we get off here. Brad, did you have some
Yeah,
comic
yeah,
suggestions for us?
yeah. Well, this one's real easy because this is Daredevil during the Shadowland event. It was um, a an arc of the Daredevil series plus a Shadowland book and a bunch of mini series about street level characters. Pretty much anyone who considers street level showed up in there somewhere. I believe Daredevil was the villain in that, but I've not actually read it. Um, I heard good things from people who have read it, which is good. Andy Diggle wrote the Daredevil series and the main Shadowland book, and then every miniseries had a different creative team.
Okay. Now, what led him to this? Like, clearly there's from the artwork and just the attacks and stuff that I'm reading, he is like legitimately possessed by a demon in that run, right?
Yeah, I believe so. But once again, I have not actually read it, so you know, it's filtered through what I've seen on the internet amongst comics people. But yeah, I think he gets possessed by some sort of hand ninja demon thing and becomes leader of the hand.
All
And then they
right.
stop him.
Well, with that wraps us up for this video. So hope you guys enjoyed it. If we're thinking about maybe reviewing some of the older characters, just kind of going back through the whole MCP catalog on the weeks that we don't have new releases to talk about. So if you guys would like to hear some of our thoughts on some of the old releases, maybe how they're holding up now and what kind of like lists they're being played in, make sure you comment below and kind of let us know what you want to see. But that's it for us for now. So until next time, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.